the program? Do we have to go, can we just let you know and you can start the ball rolling?
Absolutely, and what I would do today is let Renetta know that we're definitely gonna go forward with a benefit admission. At that point, all we have to do is secure an order from the doctor. Obviously, we can't do that without the order,
Yeah.
so she would try to get that as fast as she could. My assumption is it depends on how fast we can get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the weekends are a little bit dicey.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while, we're successful, even on a weekend, so my guess is that,
Yeah, 'cause-
tomorrow, Monday at the latest.
Because there's a lot of these drugs that were prescribed when she was in the hospital,
Yes,
and a lot of them have to do with the radiation.
right.
And
What you'll see when you do
Like
the
the
hospice
steroids.
admission, you're gonna see that list probably be cut a half to three quarters, because that's the thing. We do not, we're not gonna do any treatment, we're not going to do blood draws, we're not going to do anything invasive at all. We are simply going to treat the symptoms and focus on your comfort and make sure that you feel as good as you can.
They have a port.
That's fine. That's fine. And they'll talk with you about that, okay? And what we'll do with that. Also, we have, there are options in terms of how to handle things. Do you have a bedside commode
Yes.
in your room? Are you able to get up and use that in the middle of the night?
we just got it yesterday.
Okay, so this is a
I
new
would
trial.
rather
Yeah.
use the commode than the pad.
Okay, but if it were safer and easier on your family for you to use that one right beside your bed, would you be willing to
She
use
could,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might somewhat solve the issue of needing to wake someone else up in order to do that, unless you're a little too unsteady on your feet.
Yeah, well, he's right there.
Okay. Okay. Other things that we can do, we do use catheters and things like that. If it really becomes an issue, I know, and that's certainly not the fun way to do things, but there are other options, is what I'm saying. There are other things. So I'm glad that you got the commode yesterday. I think that's a good idea. Anything we can do to reduce safety risks will help you and will help your family as well. So, did you use it at all last night?
No, I didn't have to.
Okay, was she up?
Yeah, she was up once during the night.
Only once. Okay, that's not too bad, huh?
Yeah, my sister was awake. It was around 4 in the morning.
You
Okay.
didn't have to change her or anything?
I don't know, Betsy didn't say.
Okay. That's another thing to watch, is to see if that, if that being there might help things in terms of how often you're being awoken and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the little bit that we have cut back is working already,
Okay.
because she dirtied herself last night, but wasn't near as bad as it has
Okay.
been.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. And again, our nurses are very versed in dealing with those issues, so I think that they will have some good advice for you as far as that goes. But then if you still feel like we're gonna need some overnight help, I always recommend, and I will tell you that, hiring is expensive. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure what your income is or what your savings is like and things like that, but the Department of Aging is an option as well. Again, we're looking at some time factors here probably. Have you ever been involved in the Department of Aging or had services from them?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you have? Okay, what have you received from them?
cleaning.
Cleaning services?
Yeah.
And how, was that recent?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Comes
Okay.
every other Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Have you ever received anyone coming just to do any kind of care, to do any kind of?
No.
Okay, what county is this?
Armstrong.
We're gonna need to talk to them, because I think that we might be able to get a little extra help through them, if we ask, especially if she's already applied and active with them. Let me look into that, okay? Let me make that call and see what we can find out.
They
do
took her
provide-
off the cleaning service and just have him on
Okay,
when she was in the hospital.
okay,
But now, she's back. We have to do a reevaluation or something.
Was that her at the door?
Who?
No, Molly's just
No.
looking out now.
No, this is Saturday. She comes on Mondays. And she was here last Monday.
Do you know when you applied, did you apply for waiver services? The DPA, which is connected through welfare. I'm not sure what their income is, but the waiver program is basically an in-home care system that they use, where they provide, sometimes up to 20 hours of someone coming to help with care and things like that in-home. Some counties do not allow hospice and waiver to exist at the same time. Armstrong so far has not given us an issue about
Mhm.
that. So
Cool.
that's why I want to check and see what she's eligible for.
We
So
have a
I
friend of the
will call
family
her.
that works for the welfare office in Catania. We could probably just give her a call and see if we would be eligible
That
for
would,
that.
if you do that and I call the Department of Aging, I think that, yeah, we
Mhm.
could put our heads together and
Would
see
be
what we
nice.
can find.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, I'm not sure the Department of Aging ever does anything overnight, but still, if we can free someone up for a few hours during the day to
Mhm.
rest, you know, it may alleviate other problems. So, okay, well, there's a road we'll take for sure. We'll talk to them.
Good old Denise, huh?
Aw. It is helpful to know people in places like that.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
You know, probably the most important thing to know with hospice is that once you are on the program, we essentially become your 911. At no time during that do you ever pick up a phone and call an ambulance. Because basically Medicare wants us to decide, do we need to call an ambulance? Our goal will be to keep you at home. Okay, and if we have to send a nurse out here in the middle of the night, we're gonna do that in order to make that happen. We will try to help you to help her, but if you just can't administer a medication, you feel uncomfortable, overwhelmed, whatever it is, we're gonna send someone out. Okay, that is our job. That's why it's a 24/7, and that's the other difference between hospice and special care team. In special care team, you don't quite have that. You just call the ambulance, you do things the way you usually do them. In hospice, it's very different that way. So, but it's a great support. You know, knowing you can call all day, any day is very nice. So, you will also have a comfort kit in your home, which will be FedExed by mail, and it's a little box, and it has special medications in it for things like fever and pain, anxiety, just a variety of things that can happen as the process goes on. That way, if you do call us in the middle of the night and say this, and this is happening, the nurse can say, go to your comfort kit, get this out, give this much, and I'll call you back and see how it worked. Again, just another way we keep people at home. Okay, at all costs, that is our goal, is to allow you to be here. And I assume this is where you want to be.
I want to be home, yeah.
Yes, so that's how it works in a nutshell, okay? And as I said, the nurses and the aides are all the same people, so you will be familiar, okay? Are you sure you're okay with this decision? Now, you mentioned a few minutes ago about God, and so I'm wondering how you are emotionally about this. Is your faith going to help you through this, do you think? Yeah. Are you afraid? Okay. You know where you're going, huh? Yeah.
But down there.
That's right.
She
That's
set
right.
us all down on Thursday, Thanksgiving night. She set us all down individually, looked us eye in the eye, told us she loved us, and she wasn't afraid to go. And our family and Jesus was waiting on her, and she told everybody if they didn't know Jesus, she wanted them to know because she wanted them there when it was their time.
Well, and that's right. And I think that's what takes the fear away. That is what takes the fear away, is knowing that eventually we all come back together. You know?
Oh, yeah, we all do.
We will. We will. So we may lose you for a little while, but certainly eternity is much longer than we're given here, isn't it?
If I see somebody down there like this, I go,
You'll help them come right up, huh?
Yeah, so now we have to deal with Granny Kinner forever.
Chuck.
I don't quite think she'll be like that up there.
No.
My mother was a pistol.
Oh my goodness. Now, how many grandchildren do we have? Young ones involved?
Oh, we got lots of
Lots.
children.
Lots of children everywhere. How many of you are there, kids?
That's 5.
That's fine.
5 altogether.
We have
5 of us,
kids.
With 3, or
Four.
4 boys and a girl.
Okay.
For a girl.
And do you all have children then?
He's not married, but the rest are married.
Yeah. I have the youngest grandson who's 10. And then there's great-grandchildren, 3?
There's more than that now.
But the
Yeah.
youngest is 3. Lisa
Oh, yeah.
has kids too, but they're in New York.